Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the RW Devlog. My name's Erdos12, and today we're going to go over some smaller but important changes, and also Standard 2. If you want to know more about this, well, you'll just have to stay tuned for more. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? As you can see, this is the F2000S assault rifle, the Slovenian model of the F2000 assault rifle. But what else do you notice when you look at this picture? Well, the magazine has changed. It's no longer the same one we used to use for years. It is the M16's A4's STANAG mag. That's right, folks. It's here. Now, the magazine usually doesn't really get used that much on many weapons unless it can take it. However, this one can take it quite well, and that's a good thing. Also, the sight on top we'll discuss in a minute, but you get the point. Let's move on, shall we? As you can see, this is different, huh? It's not just your average MP5A2 submachine gun. It has a B&T 9mm suppressor on it. As you can see, that's basically the same one used on the USP-9. However, this is different because usually you don't see it on the MP5 and there's already a suppressed variant of it called the SD. However, I did some research and digging online about this and found out that you can put a B&T 9mm suppressor on an MP5A2 and many others. So, I gave myself the go-ahead to do this, and voila! You've got yourself a working suppressor on an MP5 that is not the SD variant. Anyways, let's move on. Now, if you look here, you'll notice something, right? The UMP-45 submachine gun with an EoTech. Now, what does this all mean? You're about to find out. Now, if you could see here, I am shooting one of these guys, the Bloxers, and even though there is some horizontal recoil increase since the last time it has been demonstrated, you can see that I can clearly get better shots with the UMP-45 now than I did before, because the recoil has been substantially decreased on this gun. This thing used to be jumpy as heck. But after watching Brandon Herrera's video on the submachine gun here, I decided, yes, we will decrease the recoil, but increase it horizontally. Meaning vertical recoil decreases, but horizontal recoil increases, making it a lot more realistic. Anyways, that's the gist about the UMP. Nothing else to see here. Let's move on. Now, we're going back to this again, but this time we have a new weapon in store, the FX05X, and as you may have seen, it could take both G36 magazines and M16 STANAG mags. However, you'll notice that it actually works in this piece of footage here. In a bit, just give it some time. And we fire, I believe, burst? No, auto. And dump the whole mag, when it reloads, you'll notice that the mag is actually the same one. Before, this was an issue, but it's no longer that now. Anyways, let's move on. Now, if you look here, this you might think is an MP5A3, but it's not. There's no auto on it. This is the MP5 SF-A3, a pistol caliber carbine. Now I know it's a new term, but there's the MP5 SF-A2 and A3, and it's available for the Scout Marksman and Paramilitary Outcast. Let's move on. Now, this is definitely the ending we've been waiting for. Now, if you recognize the sight on this rifle, it is the EoTech XPS-2. Before, it didn't look like what it is now. It didn't look like a sight that was actually real regarding that. Because it was too short, or let's just say narrow. It was also not suitable when it comes to realism. However, we've thrown away that chassis that it used to have and the grudges against the sight, and decided to just adopt this one, but in a different way. Better color scheme, still retains the same recoil as before for accuracy, and it still fits. Anyways, let's move on. For real this time. Here come my predictions regarding finishing this update. The first one is that we will definitely have more sights available to many weapons that use the Picatinny rail system, including the Seymour RS. What does this mean? You'll get to use more sights on rifles like the M16A4 that you could not use before, like the one I just mentioned. Secondly, we have more in store regarding the weapon arsenal and what it has. If we could get it done this update, the L85A2 might actually return. Yes, I'm serious. We are working on it as we speak. So, bear with us. If it doesn't happen this update, it will happen next update, and everything should be fine. Now, another prediction that I have is that the class system, or unit system, is going to change. Instead of being what it is now, it could turn to something a little different regarding how it handles different roles and things like that. I might discuss this once we get there in another devlog. Also, we should have Standard 2 ready by either the beginning of spring, which could be the 20th, or maybe the 23rd. Yes, I'm not kidding. It's getting close to finished. Anyways, guys, that's my predictions. Let's move on. In conclusion, I think we have a good package here, considering that Standard 2 holds up. And also, the many changes we've made outside of Standard 2 is pretty good too, including the one with the M16A4 and the EoTech. It was difficult trying to find all this stuff and get it right, but I've been doing research on weapons for a long time. And I figured this will be pretty good if we keep at it. However, that's not the point of this update. The point of this update is to bring back some of the good old days without compromising everything. Hope you enjoyed this devlog. The next devlog won't be until Standard 2 is in the game or until the class system is changed. Also, today is a doubleheader day, so you will be seeing Tower Tuning Thursday in about 3 hours or so from now regarding the next video. My name is Erdos12, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers!